Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into your daily read for Sunday, May 7th, 2023. I, of course, want to thank you so much for joining me for this reading, but as always, keep in mind as we proceed, it is a general reading, so apply it as you should. But I do feel the need to mention I'm feeling so peaceful right now, very grounded and centered. I mean, I have honestly not been meditating as I should be, and I was reminded of a period when I was just meditating, when I was living in the only studio I've ever had, or one bedroom rather, and I meditated sometimes multiple times a day, and it left me feeling so peaceful to the point where people would compliment me on how nice my energy was. But anyways, with that said and done, we're going to begin and pull an overall energy from the Good Tarot, and then we'll proceed to pull some more tarot. I think we're going to break down the day into 4 quarters with an oracle deck. Interestingly enough, I was guided to do that, and then further clarify each section of the day with some tarot for Sunday. Okay, the Three of Water. The Three of Water. I do feel as if you're thinking about fulfillment throughout this day. Bear with me as I have something in my eye. A little bit of nervousness in the air throughout this day, but it's meant to feel like a peaceful Sunday. So remember to implement certain strategies. I mean, I mentioned the meditation at the beginning of the reading as well, but I also went for a workout, right? I also implemented self-care for my skin. But I do feel as if this is a day where you are going to be spiritually messed with, whether you realize it, want to admit it, or label it as that or not, right? And so Spirit's saying this will be easier to cope with, deal with, to not let it get the best of you if you're doing things like meditating and taking care of yourself at the beginning of the day at the very least, if not as well throughout it. But the Three of Water, because I feel like you're being acknowledged, noticed throughout this day. There's a flow about how you move through this day. The Queen of Air, because I do feel like you're thinking about cutting something out, thinking about how something needs to change potentially. But with the Owl there, it's a feeling of you being pushed to think about how when change comes to be, whether you desire it or it feels like an out of your hands kind of tower moment or adjustment in one way, shape, or form. We need to steer clear of bad energy is what I'm hearing, but to utilize our knowledge, our wisdom, experience to make the best out of that transition, again, whether you chose it or not. And at times, if we're being honest, that transition or that change, that adjustment could feel partially within your control, and a bit of Spirit's work or just outside of your control. Once again, say there's other people or one person involved. I don't know why that's coming out, but it feels like this is the energy. If you look at her face, we're actually going to take the Queen of Air as the overall energy, because I'm really being guided to her face, okay? Her demeanor, if you will. It's like not super smiley, but there's a slight smile about your appearance, your energy, feeling gratified at certain points throughout the day, feeling like there are certain disturbances like noise, energy, once again, spiritual messing with. I do feel I'm hearing movement, so it could be in regards to your movement, other people's movement, but I do feel like you are going to need to recognize that you are doing the best you can, and then that will help you feel even more so in this centered, peaceful, I have what it takes kind of energy. It's a very interesting reading. Didn't expect for it to go this way. But the Eight of Fire as well, because I do feel like there's thoughts of past busier times upcoming. Could be a busy day for you in general, but I do feel like either way, this day is not meant to feel fast-paced per se, but potentially busy and productive for a lot, even if that's in regards to more so self-care and healing. But I do feel a lot drawn to the reading, like myself, we'll be doing a lot of speaking, even if that speaking doesn't leave a ton of communication or any at all coming back to you. Your voice is of importance, but I do feel as if Spirit says this is another kind of day where you're being prepared to speed towards, or at a comfortable pace, walk towards what's meant for you. All right. but I feel like there's a dance with life that you're going through. All right. It feels like, okay, I'm hearing the pearls of wisdom. The pearls of wisdom, if you look at this imagery, I really do feel as if you are thinking about things like aquatic animals and anything aquatic in nature in general. You could be thinking about how the weather is affecting you for the better or for the worse. With that said and done, let's pull from the Prism Oracle for each quarter. What do we have? Okay. Faith, illumination, and then the last two. Strength and magic. Okay, yeah, good energy. I feel like at certain points you're going to be pushed to stop and recognize that it's quite a colorful day, but a grounded, peaceful one for the most part. You might even feel as if it's easy to notice details throughout this day because you're feeling so within oneself, but very aware of what's outside of yourself, and even details about your physical appearance and your mannerisms. It's like one with the moment, I want to say. Look at that. Yeah, we have disruption at the bottom of the deck, but I don't feel it's going to get the best of you, at least not for the most part. And I'm hearing getting back to it, but let's further clarify before we speak upon them. What do we have for faith? The Seven of Pentacles. So I feel like the beginning of the Sunday entails either reflection and or reviewing of past efforts. It could be that, as well as effort being put forth towards a business, a project, a job, a relationship, cleaning up, tidying up, however this works for you. Faith is going to come to mind. That does not have to be religious. It could be. For some, it could be in regards to spirituality. I do feel like you may be instilling levels of faith and hope in other people, if not one other person. That's going to look different for everybody, how that comes to be, what that's in regards to. But I do feel as if the first quarter of this Sunday does entail you needing to as well, and this might come to mind or take a focus in one, if not multiple ways, needing to have faith and keep the hope alive or bring it on back in regards to what you wish to see come to be or be successful for you. I should have put an and or in between those two, but it just feels like these cards are meant to be together. Look at the purple consistency, the connection of which. Anyways, I feel like things are being worded pretty well so far in this reading. The illumination card, to move on to the second quarter. This is when your sunny demeanor feels quite present. It starts to feel like the day becomes more sunny, a lot brighter. Not to say the first quarter isn't meant to be sunny or doesn't have success and happy moments, achievements all the meanwhile, but it feels more of a accomplishing, reflecting kind of first quarter. And then this Knight of Cups representing you, for a lot drawn to the reading, talking about how you're filling up your own cup, or thinking about how you have been or should be, thinking about how you deserve more illumination moving forward in regards to how something's going to come to be or how something's going to prosper for you. Now, I do feel like some of which this might be, and it might be what I just mentioned as well, keeping that in mind, but I am getting the vibe of this sort of representing a specific somebody, or this could be you wanting to offer your cup of feelings, love, romance to somebody else. But I feel like the majority, if this is for you, the second quarter highlights you thinking about or communicating with or putting efforts towards finding that perfect somebody, or just somebody that just meshes, okay, I almost said messages you, but meshes with you, if I could say it, quite well at this point along your path, given you've changed. And I feel that's going to look quite different. They're going to look quite different and feel quite different in comparison to your past connections. But I do feel like there's the potential to gain a bit of illumination in regards to why they haven't come in yet, how they look. Could be in regards to a current connection you already have at hand. Apply it as you may. Moving on to the second half of the day, we have the Strength card. Let's clarify that. Ooh, the King of Pentacles, beautiful. There's a fiery, grounded passion that is highlighted in your energy when you transition into the third quarter, the second half of the day in general, feeling like you just are looking good, you're feeling good. Self-care efforts throughout this day and previously are paying off. You can't help but acknowledge at certain points how good looking you are, how good your energy is, how much you've achieved even. It feels like a pampering or just a complimenting, praising of oneself kind of section part of the day. But I do feel like all the meanwhile, there's the potential to be honored as a pillar of honesty and success and helpful in nature all the meanwhile. But there's going to be a focus on your clothing, okay, or accessory choices. I feel like this is changing in one, if not multiple ways. Spirit's saying if we were to fast forward, say 5, 10, 15 years for a lot onto the reading, what you choose to wear, how you choose to present yourself, due to a multitude of factors changing your life between now and then, it's going to look quite different, okay? And so there might be a push to reflect upon a specific purchase recently, a choice in what you wore or decided to put on, how you've been taking care of yourself and how that's benefiting you once again. But I just feel like there's a focus as well on your face, okay? Your excellent, beautiful face, okay? I'm hearing I want to perfect it. But moving on to the last part of the day, they're drawing me back. The strength card for the third quarter is highlighting as well the strength that you embody when you're feeling at your utmost confident, when you're feeling your best. That was not the best wording, but do you see what I'm saying? When you take care of yourself, when you're feeling in shape, or at least for the most part, when you're feeling like your skin complexion's good, when you like how you're appearing in general, especially when it comes to what you're choosing to wear, you are embodying a true level, exuding a true level of strength. And this comes through in a multitude of ways with whoever and whatever you decide to wrap yourself up with, okay, or try to jump into. But the Magic card. I'm hearing I like you, but I was still looking at the Strength card. So it could be in the, I want to say the majority of the day, but just not the first quarter, okay? But especially the second half, there's thoughts of feelings. But I feel like people just simply like you, even if that's in a platonic manner. But Magic and the Ace of Pentacles, there's a magical moment in the last quarter that's taking a highlight. There's a glimmer of hope in your eye. I feel like this might be in regards to you making more money, succeeding more, could be in regards to a new situation moving forward. But it's a magical ending to the day that you truly deserve. And it feels like every positive and up and down and sense of achievement throughout the day up until this point in the other three quarters leaves you feeling as if there's magic alive in your life. And I feel like you even are noticing the magic in regards to, or remembering the magic in regards to something you've been working on. But being aligned with the Illumination card and the Knight of Cups, I feel like you're going to gain illumination in regards to how magical a specific connection is meant to be moving forward, or will be once they come in, okay? Or after you get past the beginning stages is what I'm getting. But for a lot, I feel like there's more of a focus on your finances, on opportunity, on what you're continuing and or deciding to step into at a certain point moving forward. I just feel like the day as a whole is highlighting you gaining attention. The number 33 coming into play, it's a very, they're saying powerful but peaceful, grounded kind of day where you're going to feel pretty damn good by the end of it, all right? They're saying and throughout it. So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you next time.